I've never made a video about this before, so I'm like getting emotional even though it was almost 2 years ago. Whew. I am going to share the story behind my butter tattoo. I just want to quickly first start off by saying thank you so much to the over 2.7 million of you who have seen this video and 2,000 followers. Subscribers, I am shocked, truly, and so honored that all of you chose to follow me and spend time with me. I posted that video with the intent of gaining 200 subscribers, and now we're at 2,000, and I am shocked and truly so grateful. So I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome to the Lightcap Health family. So before I begin this whole story about the butter tattoo, I figured that I would introduce myself. I am Dr. Hannah Lightcap, and I am the owner of Lightcap Health, a corporate health and wellness company that focuses on helping businesses improve the health of their employees. On this YouTube channel, I typically post $2 Lunch Club on most Sundays, where I walk you through a meal prep that is cheap, delicious, and takes about an hour to make. I also have a new series that I'm going to be developing soon, and I want your input. You all are here for a reason, and I want to make content and make things that people actually enjoy. In this new series, I'll be picking a business or organization and making a wellness program for them. And many people were asking about my degrees. So I have a PhD in psychology, a master's in health promotion, a graduate certificate in health coaching, and a bachelor's degree in dietetics. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk butter. To do this, we have to go all the way back to May 2025. It was the week that I was graduating with my PhD. I was also the student keynote speaker, so I was going to give a speech at commencement. And I had just gotten that same week, I had just gotten a $60,000 grant to build an app for this business. But while it was a time of excitement and joy and love, my dad pulled me aside at some point during this week and he said, "Your grandmother," we call her Nanny. Nanny is really sick and we don't know what's wrong, but she's slowing down and we need you to come home for a couple weeks while we figure out what's going on with her. Of course, I went. My grandmother was like a second mom to me and a really important and stable part of my childhood. So after graduation, I had a trip planned, but after the trip, I came home to take care of her. I got home and immediately was shocked with how sick my grandmother was. This is a woman who actually, she was so active. This is her Citizen of the Year award for our county because she is such an involved volunteer. And I say that to say that this woman would work anyone into the ground. There are 60-year-olds that would be less active than her, and she was 95. She was 95 years old and volunteering 4 days a week at her volunteer place. This was a very active woman, and I came home to find that she was sleeping for 14 hours a day. And I was really concerned. And she was still trying to drive, she was driving to go to her volunteer place. But the ladies that also volunteered there told me that she had been coming in less frequently. The same week that I got home, we found out that my grandmother had stage 4 terminal cancer of some kind, something in the GI tract that was extremely aggressive. And the doctor said, the oncologist said that she would have about a couple weeks to live, if that. Woman, we would joke that she would outlive us all because she was that active and that healthy. This woman that I always viewed as something so stable and unmovable in my life, we were told that she was going to die. I've never made a video about this before, so I'm like getting emotional even though it was almost 2 years ago. Whew. I had the absolute privilege and joy of taking care of her during her final 8 weeks of her life. She slept for most of the day during that time and did not want to eat at all. And this is a note to my hospice and home health people. You truly do the most amazing work because we were helped by those people to understand that people who are in the active process of dying, their body is actually starting to break down and they don't want to eat. So eventually Nanny did pass away in July from cancer. And it was really hard actually to continue to be vulnerable. I went into probably about 18 months of depression, some months worse than others, where it was really hard to get out of bed. It was really hard to do anything. And we were tasked with cleaning out her house and getting rid of a lot of things, tons of things. And it was overwhelming. We filled up a dumpster truck worth of things because there was just so much to go through. During this time, it was extremely hard on my family, as you can imagine, and it was just overwhelming. And because this woman was such an integral part of my life, I wanted to honor her in some way. But she hated tattoos. And I have a few tattoos, but she despised tattoos. She thought they were ugly no matter how pretty they actually were. She hated tattoos. But I could not shake this feeling that I needed to get a tattoo in her honor. She was alive during the Great Depression, and their family loved butter so much that they would trade ration cards, which I can show you. I have ration cards, actually. That's one of the things we found during cleaning out the house. They would trade ration cards to make sure that they could get enough butter, because lard was free. Like, anyone could get lard instead of butter, and they would give you a little yellow pill to like squish up in the lard and make it look like butter. But my grandmother and her father like did not want that at all. They wanted the real deal. They wanted butter. So butter had been a staple in her like life. We called it like the elixir of life because she was 95 and everyone in her family, my great aunt, she was in her 90s when she passed away. My great grandfather was in his 90s, and grandmother, just a whole family of long living people. And the anchor that we said was butter. In December of that year, I really wanted to honor her with a butter tattoo. I went to this amazing artist in Maine, but I got this incredible butter tattoo. You can see it. The line work is exceptional. It looks like someone just took a typewriter and printed it on my skin. The like spacing is incredible. And every single time someone comes up to me and asks about my butter tattoo, I get to talk about my grandmother. Being less depressed helped me to become more vulnerable when I was thinking about posting about this business. And the other day, this post from several days ago just popped off and went viral. And the funniest part about this is I was at the gym watching this start to happen. And then by the time I went for a walk with my friend in the afternoon, I still hadn't hit 1 million views. And I thought 300,000 views was wild. And I already had hit my goal of getting 200 subscribers, and it just continued to grow, and it still hasn't slowed down. Even as I'm making this video, it's still, the follower count's going up and the views, and I'm still shocked. I still can't believe that this is happening. I'm so excited that you all found me because of this butter tattoo, and I hope you stick around, and I look forward to earning the privilege of helping you stay around. I can't believe this. And one final note, I was just putting my things away. It doesn't have to be perfect. As a PhD, I always think that things have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really rarely is perfect. And I'd rather post or try or just do something, even if it's not perfect, than do nothing. Okay? So it's okay. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. That's it.